Well, the White House is facing a difficult diplomatic challenge this morning with North Korea. A U.S. soldier is being held by the North Korean regime after he ran across the demilitarized zone and into the country earlier this week. Magda Gebrselassie has the latest.
We're learning a bit more about Travis King and the trouble he'd been in the days and the months leading up to this. So he had been accused of assault a couple of times, and he had just served more than a month in prison there in South Korea after pleading guilty to assault and destroying property. Now, on Monday, he was set to fly back to the U.S. to face military disciplinary action, and he was escorted to the airport, but he never made it on the plane. Instead, the next day, he was part of a tour group that visited the demilitarized zone between South and North Korea. And there's actually a picture of the group that's been shared that appears to show him in a black shirt and a hat off to the left there. And at one point, a witness says he ran right across the border into North Korea. And now the U.S. is trying to figure out how to get him back. In Japan, the U.S. Special Envoy for North Korea addressed this today.
Let me mention our efforts on Private Travis King's situation. We're working very hard to ascertain information regarding his well-being and are actively engaging to ensure his safety and return.
Now, yesterday, a State Department spokesperson said they'd reached out to North Korea's military force and haven't heard back yet.
And Magda, what about Private King's family? Are we hearing anything from them?
Yeah, reporters have been outside King's mother's house where you can see signs of her being a military mom. There's actually a sticker that says she's a proud parent of a U.S. Army soldier there on that property. And here she is pleading for the return of her son.
I just want my son back. I just want my son back. Get my son home. Get my son home. And pray that he comes back.
Now, obviously, the big question right now is why King did this. And an uncle of his gave possibly some insight in an interview with the Daily Beast. So he said King snapped and began acting out after his 7-year-old cousin died from a genetic disorder. Clearly, his family at this point just wants him home.